All right, my story. My story comes to us from a listener who has turned in a couple stories. Shout out Sierra.
Oh, dope. Let's go.
Sierra's last story was when she was listening to a lot of 3 a.m., she was delivering flowers. Do you remember this?
Yes.
It was snowing, and the footsteps.
Yes.
Go find that story. So she has like 3-4 more stories. This is the second one she sent in. So she said, this is back in like, let me check, 2013. She's like, oh, this is like super outing her age. Sorry. She's like 18 around the time. She has a pretty big group of friends, and I can super relate to this, but their group of friends, they loved playing hide and go seek in the cemetery.
Ooh, what the?
They loved ghost hunting. Like anything they heard was spooky, they're going to it. They're going to have a fun time.
Nice.
They run around, be wild. They would drive out to Tooele and Dugway in the middle of the night just to like go try to find aliens and ghosts and stuff. And then they would wrap up mostly summer nights at Dee's Diner.
Okay.
Which is a local diner in Utah. So around 2 or 3 a.m., they'd go get dinner there. It's like just lawless when you don't need to sleep. Remember those times? So this is around that time. They hear that there is an abandoned building up in Brigham City, Utah, that is not only abandoned, but super duper haunted. So her and her friends say, let's go tonight. They rally up. They get 3 cars. They all jump in and they start driving. It's about an hour's drive away from where they are. As they're cruising, the tunes are playing. Windows are open. They're laughing. They're singing. Sun's setting. When they pull into Brigham City, they start going up into the foothills, I think. And the roads get less and less populated, get smaller and smaller, less paved, till eventually the sun is set. It's pitch black. And they are on a tight one-way dirt road. 3 cars, single file, going up this road. And it's one of those roads, it's like you would have to do like a 20-point turn to turn around. So the further they go in, the further...
They're screwed.
They're screwed. So they go all the way to the end of the road, and they kind of just like pull over to the right side of it, even though that's only leaving like 2-3 feet to the left. And they all park single file line. Turn off the cars. The headlights go out. The radio goes off. And now it's quiet. Huge mood shift. All the doors open up and they step out. And she said by this time the sun was down, it was pretty cold. Just the sounds of night. Maybe some crickets in the distance. And all they can see is dirt, like mounds of dirt and stuff. They're like, okay, I think it's supposed to be up here. So they get out, they get together, and they start walking. And eventually, looming out of the darkness is the silhouette of a huge building. And this building, abandoned, clear like vandalism. There's graffiti everywhere. The windows are broken out. Like parts of the building are broken away. And Sierra says, the second I see the building, I know I am not going in there. And all her friends silently look up at this huge, terrifying building. And she goes, luckily, half of my friends decided the same thing.
Oh, yeah, for real. You're not trying to stay out there by yourself.
So the fraidy cats, scaredy cats, dude, they get together, they huddle, and they wait. And the brave ones, they walk up to the door, which is just a black hole, and they quietly and slowly step into the building.
But for real, I'm doing that. Going in the building.
So Sierra and her homies now, way more aware of how cold it is, huddle together closer for warmth, and they just stare up at this building, and they can hear the distant footsteps as their friends go deeper and deeper into this building. And every once in a while, they can hear, I think that's Ashley. She's laughing. Okay, they're cool. And then they can hear them going upstairs. And then silence. And all at once, their friends come strolling out of the building. And they get to them. Nothing happened. Guys, anything happen? No. I mean, it's creepy in there, but no, we didn't see anything.
They need passwords.
Big sus.
Yeah. When they see one of their friends twitch.
Oh, hell no, dude. Hell no.
No. They're like, dude, nothing happened. Let's go. Let's go to D's. Let's hit up D's. You
Okay,
hungry?
yeah, let's do
You
it.
guys hungry? Let's go.
Get some pie or some shit, dude.
Fine. All right, let's get out of here. It's cold anyway. So they all start walking back to their cars. Now, Sierra and her friend Hami, they're like in the very first car that pulled in. So they get to their car first. They jump in and they're just sitting there in the dark as their friends like slowly walk past, yelling things at each other. Hey, you have Ashley? Yeah, she's in my car. Okay, cool. So they're just like sitting there in the dark, waiting for the friends to get to the car when Hami turns the keys of the ignition and the car turns on. As the car turns on, so do the headlights. And they shoot 2 beams directly back up into the building. And now standing in the doorway of the building is the silhouette of a large man.
That, dude.
Hami and Sierra see it. And they said instantly they paralyzed with fear. And they're staring because this man's not just standing in the doorway. He is walking towards them. And she says after a moment, she's like, reality gone. Like she's locked in. She doesn't even comprehend anything else. She just sees this large, scary man walking towards her. And she said, it took me a second to realize he had a crowbar in his hand.
Oh, shit.
So instantly, thoughts. He's coming to hurt us. He's coming to warn us. He's coming to kill us. He's a ghost. I don't care. We don't want to find out. And he's closing distance. So she turns to Hami, starts hitting him. Dude, back up. Go, go, go. And he's like, what? There's 2 cars behind him. And half his friends aren't even in their car. Man's coming closer.
Dude, this is the Jason walk.
He's probably like 20 feet away, slowly walking towards him. Hami, on the horn, rolled down the window. Probably an automatic, not like a... Rolls down the window and starts screaming, get in your car, go, go. Sarah turns around in her seat and she's signaling as frantically as she can. She can see the driver of the car right behind her, like staring at her confused because they're like, what the hell's going on? No one knows what's going on. Meanwhile, this man's about 10 feet away from the Finally, and almost at once, all the friends realize something's wrong. All 3 cars turn on and screech in reverse out of there. Sierra turns around to see the man basically at the hood of the car as Hami hits the gas and they take off. So Sierra says, we drove away. We got out of there as fast as we could. And, you know, after 10, 15 minutes, someone nervously laughs and then the ice is broken. Holy shit. What was that? That was like, you saw that, right? Yeah. That was crazy. You know, their whole body was filled with adrenaline. Now they're coming back to normal.
Yeah.
So they drive away and they talked about what happened. And for a moment, they had no idea where the hell that man came from. So they're like, dude, who was he? What was he doing? Was he there the whole time? So many questions. And then she says, the end.
Oh my gosh. Are you freaking kidding me?
Psych.
Damn it.
I have a part 2.
Oh.
She says that I will be sharing with my patrons. LMAO, JK, I'll share it here in just a bit. So she said, there's a part 2.
Oh.
They get down the road. Adrenaline's gone. And they decide to do something that is arguably the dumbest thing in the world.
Go back?
Guys, we have to go back.
Let's go.
We have to go back. Dude, no way. We're going back.
Invite him to D's.
Frick.
Maybe
D's
he
nuts.
just needs a friend.
I'll go back and troll the shit out of that dude.
So they're like, all right, F it, let's go back. So they stop the cars. They probably call on their Samsung flip phones, their homies. They're like, yo, we're going back. And their friends say, you crazy son of a bitch, I'm in. And they all turn around and they go back.
They must have had a really good argument then. Like,
we need to. You're right.
You're right. Let's go.
Okay. So I'm going to be 100% honest with you. She sent this part 2 way after I had read part 1. So the first time I read this part 2 was like 15 minutes ago, and my mind is reeling. I might just read her words.
What, dude?
They go back I don't know what they do, but they make sure he's not there. They all turn their high beams on. No one's getting out of the car until they feel like the coast is clear. They probably send Hami or a couple of the dudes or just the brave ones to go check it out, but no one's there. They finally go back to where their car was, like the front car, and where the man was originally, they see something on the ground. They're like, what is that? I don't know. It's too far. It's too small. We got to go check it out. All right, let's go. And they walk up to it, and sitting on the ground is a camera.
What?
I think it's a digital camera. Because after a minute, they go, hey, they check with everyone. Did anyone drop a camera when we were here before? No, I didn't. No. All 10 of the friends. No, wasn't me. Dude, see if it works. They pick it up and turn it on.
Dude, this is
And the
cabin in
tiny
the woods, bro.
LED screen on the back of the camera lights up. And the person looking at it stares. Flicks through a couple pictures until he gets to one, and he recoils in horror and points the camera away from him. Holy shit, what the hell was that? What is it? They all run up. What is it? What is it? What is it? Sierra said she looked at the camera and she looked at the photos. She said the first 6 photos, super mundane. I can't even remember what they were. Just like obligatory tree. You know what I mean? Just like stuff. Trigger warning.
Oh.
We're flipping through the pictures. We flipped through maybe about 10 pics. I can't for the life of me remember any of the pictures except for one. And it is still very vivid in my mind. Trigger warning. It was a photo of a naked, pregnant woman staring and standing blankly staring into the camera with her long brown hair down to her knees.
What the?
We all got so freaked out about how the camera got there and where the hell that old man came from that we instantly dropped the camera and all sprinted to our cars and drove away.
I agree with what they did, but also, what about the camera?
Yeah, why'd you drop the camera?
I know, Sierra. Why? I don't know. It's pretty understandable.
It's not.
I don't know, dude. If we saw that, would we be like, bro, bag that? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I would.
I would be like, I'm not handling it. You guys.
If we're in the woods and we just got chased by somebody with a crowbar,
dude,
and we had a camera on the ground, he wasn't anywhere.
Evidence,
to be seen.
fingerprints.
but that's means for him to chase you. I'm
How's he
always
gonna track
that
you?
thing's cursed or they're gonna find you.
I mean,
don't
that
know.
is a
not gonna
possibility
find
we
it.
have to face, that it could be cursed.
We're far from home. We're living in, this sounds like the 2000s.
2013.
Oh, 2013. In the age of digital cool pics cameras, you know?
Dude, the Apple photo booth.
It's just an iPad, a big ass flap.
Okay. That's not all.
Oh my.
So she says, I'll never forget that night. I talk about it to this day. It's a story she regularly tells people to freak them out. But Sierra decided to research that building because that building has an infamous history up in Brigham City that goes
Interesting.
back to 1942. And I will be going over that history for our patrons. That is the bonus story for this week, is the story of this haunted building. And it might uncover the actual origins of where this man came from.
Oh, frick.
And so if you want to hear the rest of this story and all of our other bonus stories alike, our entire back catalog and every new bonus story is at patreon.com/the3am pod. If you can become a patron for $2 a month, help support the pod, support this. And yeah,